Let's take a look at the area model for multiplication. When we use the area model, the first thing we do is we decompose our factors. So when we decompose 13, we have a 10 and 3 ones. When we decompose 124, we have a 100 flat, 2 10 rods, and 4 unit cubes. So we have 100 plus 20 plus 4. Here you see that notation. We'll be distributing our 10 and our 3 to all the parts of 124 as we work through this model. Let's start by the setup. We set the area model up by putting our 13 along the left side and our 124 along the top. To solve this problem, what we're actually doing is creating an array inside of that rectangle. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So we start by multiplying or distributing this 10 to this 100 flat. So 10 times 100, or 10 of these flats, is 1,000. And this block represents 1,000. Next, we're going to distribute this 10 to this 20. So think about 10 times 20. We would get 200. And here are our two 100 flats. Next, we'll distribute this 10 to the 4. So if we're creating an array, we need to fill in this space right here. And we have 40 when we do that. So we have partial products. So far we have 1,000, we have 200, and we have 40. We still have 3 more partial products to figure out, and then we need to put them all together. So our next step is to distribute the 3 from the 13 first to this 100 flat. So 3 times 100 gives us 300. Next, we will distribute this 3 from the 13 to the 20. So remember, we're trying to fill in the space here in this array with 3 copies of what we see here. And there we have it, 20, 40, 60. And last but not least, we're going to distribute this 3 over here to the 4. 3 times 4 is 12. And as you know, that would be filling in this space right here, 3 rows worth, and there you have it. So we have partial products, 1,000, 200, 40, 300, 60, and 12. And our job now is just to put them all together. And we can do that in whatever way makes sense to us. So let's shrink our model down a bit so we have room to do that math. So I will list all of our partial products here. And we can add them up in whatever way makes sense to us. Let's switch colors here. I'm going to start by combining this 300 and the 200. That's 500. 60 and 40 is 100. And then I still have a 12 and 1,000. So let's see, that means I have 1,612. Now I'd like to also show you how we use this thinking when we notate the area model without actually using base 10 blocks. So let's do 13 times 124. So you can see the connection between the conceptual model and the slightly more procedural work that we do. So we'll start by decomposing and creating our model. So when we decompose 13, we record 10 plus 3. And for 124, we're going to record 100 plus 20 plus 4. And our area model will have one horizontal line and two vertical lines. And here we will record the factors that are being multiplied. 100 times 10. It's really 10 times 100. Let's record it that way. 10, because we're distributing that 10. And then 10 times 20. The answer is the same either way, but I like to record it accurately. And 10 times 4. Next, we're going to distribute this 3 first to the 100. 3 times 100, then 3 times 20, and then 3 times 4. And now let's go ahead and record our partial products. 10 times 100 is 1,000. 10 times 20 is 200. 10 times 4 is 40. Here we have 300, we have 60, and we have 12. Now let's go ahead and record our partial products. It's so nice to do this kind of recording because it really helps us if we have an error. We can find it immediately. Oh, and here's my 60. I almost forgot to record that as I'm talking about errors. Okay, I'm going to start by putting my 300 and my 200 together to make 500. These go together nicely to make 100. I have my 1,000 still and my 12. This makes 600, so I have 1,612. This partial product, the partial products come back together to give us our final answer. I hope this area model explanation was helpful to you. This is a great way to get an accurate answer and to always find your mistakes.